Yes guys, welcome back to Hair System DIY, the place where I encourage you to go DIY with your hair system and save yourself a bit of dollar along the way. If you're enjoying my content and you'd like to support me on my content creation journey, please do hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe. Join the community, join the tribe, and get it locked in by whacking that notification bell. It'd be great to have you on board. If you're looking for a system or you need a new system, I recommend LaVivid. Check them out, lavividhair.com. All of the stuff that you need in my description box below. 15% discount. You can use it as many times as you like. You'd be crazy not to. So today I'm gonna remove my system, but I'm gonna do it the right way. What's the right way, Ad? Let's find out next. So I've made a lot of mistakes on my journey of wearing hair systems. We all have, guys, let's be real. None of us are angels. It's all part of the learning process. That's why I'm making this video. I've been wearing systems for almost 5 years now. And in those 5 years, I've learned a thing or two about being more careful, more professional when removing a hair system. And for this purpose, for this video, I'm wearing an ultra thin skin because this is one of the most delicate ones. This is one of the ones that's the most easiest to tear when you're pulling it off. I say pulling, I'm going to say removing. Pulling sounds like quite a sort of aggressive word to use when removing a hair system. Now, many of you would have seen my video where I literally do tear off a hair system. It was a parody video, guys. I wouldn't recommend you to ever do that with any of the thinner bases. So I'm talking Swiss lace, I'm talking ultra thin skins, and even French lace. As I said, that system was coming towards the end of its lifespan. I think it might have even been a German lace as well, which is more robust than a French lace. Please don't do that. But do use an adhesive remover. This is C22 solvent remover. Let me just move the camera a little bit. Very professional, isn't it? Okay, I always use this one. You don't have to. You can use any one you want. There's so many on the market. They're on Amazon, they're on Holistique, Hair by MHE, so Curtis, I think he sells some of these. So please always do use this. Now, let me give you some context. I've been wearing this about 2 weeks, so it's coming to the end. It needs to be removed, it needs to be cleaned. You'll notice when the head starts getting a bit itchier because biohair is growing through, but also you'll find some loosening. You'll find some loosening between the system and the scalp. I've got a little bit here. Incredibly, there's been no lifts in the 2 weeks. I've been using Ghost Bond. And I usually get a lift after about 1. So 2 weeks, I'm doing good. So yeah, let's do this. I always start from the front. Now please, please go slowly. This is not a race. Think hare and tortoise analogy. Just use that, you know, because at the end of the day, the slower you go, the more careful you can be. Don't make it a race, okay? So always start at the front. So I can see there's a little bit of a lift there, just a little bit. So just spray, and I usually leave that there. I rub it in. It's a bit harder with a poly because the actual adhesive remover can't get through a poly, whereas it can get through a lace. So you just want to rub it up against the base, and it should start coming loose, okay? Leave it there for a few seconds, and then decide which way you're going to go. I usually start on one side and work my way back, and then I sort of work my way around. So yep, just, it's actually coming off quite nicely, but make sure you're careful with it. You do usually as well, especially with tape, you can get points in the system that just stick a bit more tightly to the skin. I've never known why that is, and you've got to be really careful with those bits. You have to go even slower. Just rub that in, and then there you go. Just a bit tighter around there. But can you see how gently I'm going with this? I'm not taking any risks because this is a thin base and we don't want to in any way risk tearing the base. And this is why I wanted to go with one of the thinner bases. Now here you can see it's already lifted. So this was where the lift was before. So this is easy, this bit. So just spray it in the middle. Let that blend in and give it a nice rub. It smells really nice as well. It's kind of like a citrusy smell. I don't know whether that actually helps with loosening the adhesion or not, but it does smell quite nice. It's also alcohol free and I hate having any alcohol near a system. The thing is as well, when you use glue, like I have been, you tend to apply it across the whole sort of top of the scalp. So there's more that you have to sort of remove. With tape you can sort of go around the perimeter, sometimes down the middle. But yeah, let's see how we're getting on by using a mirror. That bit's really loose actually on that side. It's a bit tougher on the other side. You need to remember as well, sweat will affect your bond. If you sweat a lot, your bond won't last as long. Really important to remember. So if you go to the gym or a sauna, you'll probably not get as long with your bond. I'm just rubbing that in and it's just doing the magic. It's just doing the work now. I'm not even sure I'd need to use... Let's see if we come across any more roadblocks at the back. Because I can actually feel it coming off quite easily now. It's a bit tight there. Usually at the back, you'll find the bond is tighter because that's where you sleep. You sleep with the back of your head on a pillow. Silk pillow, guys, remember that. But the back of your head will be resting for at least 8 hours a night or 7 hours a night on that pillow. So that's probably where most of this stuff is required. So I've given that a couple of layers. Let's leave it for a little bit. We'll rub it in like so. I can actually feel my biohair coming through. It's a little bit tricky when you've got the biohair growing through, you know, because your scalp gets more itchy because the biohair is pushing up against the adhesive and against the system. So you will notice more discomfort naturally. And also at the back you will notice that the bond is tighter, but we're so close, guys. That is really coming off quite nicely now that I've rubbed in that adhesive remover. There we go. And there we go. Off. That took a couple of minutes and that was being super careful. That's probably the most careful I've ever been when removing a system because I wanted to show you the importance of being careful, especially with an ultra thin skin. Okay, let's put that down somewhere. There we go. Now your hand's going to be a bit sticky whether you use tape or glue, so I always just dry my hands because with the adhesive remover it makes your hands super slippery because that's its job, that's what it's meant to do. So give yourself, just dry your hands and that kind of thing, and that's it, guys. Okay, so let's go over the really important bits. Be the tortoise, not the hare. Go nice and slow. Go slower than you feel like you need to go. Be ultra cautious. Make sure that you use an adhesive remover. This is key. Don't just pull it off. You might be able to get away, you probably would be able to get away with it if it's German lace or a monofilament, maybe even a French lace or a really thick poly that's over 1 millimeter in thickness. Anything less than that, always use an adhesive remover. Also remember, with the thicker bases, if you do want to pull it off, it will hurt your scalp. It will be sore. There will be some redness. So bear that in mind as well. One last thing I would say is now you will have quite a lot of adhesive, either tape or glue, on your scalp. It'll also be on the base of the system. I'd always encourage you to have a long shower after this and get loads of shampoo and loads of conditioner into your scalp and your bio hair. I'd also recommend, I've done a video on this, using a scalp exfoliator to get all of that dead skin off and to get all of that any sort of fungal stuff on your head as well. It's super important, guys, so please do remember that. I've done a ton of other tutorials which are based in and around my wonderful bathroom, where I do cleaning, shampooing, all of those kind of things, so please do check that out. It's going to pop up on the screen right now. I hope you found that tutorial useful, guys. Please be careful, please be sensitive around the system, treat it like a piece of jewellery. Take care, till next time, bye for now.